So we've done all of the, we've had all this plastic stuff that we've all looked at. Do you know where that goes now?
Actually, 20 to 30% is incinerated, and most of it is shipped overseas. And that's
We want to recycle, like we think it's getting recycled, don't we? But we're not sure.
So that's why we've brought it all in today, to show how much is just one whole class.
We saw a little video about someone who put trackers in different things. I forgot what the things were, but yeah, one of them stayed in the country and one of them got travelled all the way to Poland.
Poland?
Two of them, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened to? I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? You just goes around the world and we don't know what happened in Poland. Like, not sure.
Yeah. Once you put it in the bin, anything could happen to it. Yeah. What have you learned about where the plastic goes? Have you learned about recycling or when it's burnt or buried?
So right now what we're doing is with the plastic in the hole, we have a tally sheet, and the ball and job are gonna how much is burned. And if you imagine that as a class, imagine it as a country or the world. Like, that's really bad.
Absolutely.
And then that's only like a week or two worth of plastic, which is quite a lot.
It was so much, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you can see the world's just going into a huge pile of filth, and it's really bad. We just want to stop that, because if that's going to keep on going and going, it's also got a huge impact on our lifestyle as well, because everything's interconnected. So
amazing.
We need to stop that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good answer.
There's way too much plastic.
It's too much plastic, isn't it?
It's just polluting the ocean and destroying the Arctic.
As a school we're doing amazing, but as a country,
Or as the world even.
yeah.
What do you think?
Horrible. It's just being given to other countries and polluting their environment.
It's not fair, is it? It's not why are we sending it to them to deal with? Reducing and dealing with it here.
Yeah. I think we're paying people to like give them plastic and so that it's not in the UK
Yeah.
and just letting it build up, which I think is horrible.
Bob and Joe came in over 2 years ago and they first taught us about, like, on the back of our like plastic and things, it shows if it can be recycled, if it can, and it has like all these signs, and they taught us all about that. And then if I'm being honest, at first I didn't really pay attention to it, but then once I started seeing it more, I was like, oh wait, this is actually bad. We need to start putting like stops to that. They started coming in more, and we kept on learning about it, and then I just realised that it was really bad.
Wow.
And we shouldn't be doing it.
I remember when they both came in, they taught us about not chopping cheese down and that they made paper out of elephant poo.
Because it can biodegrade, can't it?
Throw an elephant on it. People licked it to see if it tasted.
Oh no! Do you have any local places that you like love to go, and do you see plastic there?
We've got. I live right next to Turtle Bay, and I do go there quite often.
That's nice.
They're also around Lancashire. It's not just in Great Harwood. I think it's a very smart idea, really.
What do you think needs to happen to stop all of this plastic?
Well, I think that we should like start really pushing on the government, because if we start to like give all this information about what's happening, then they're going to soon realise that I'm a part of this and this is happening to my work, and I don't want that to happen. Take that on board and start thinking, well, start building up.
That's perfect. It's so true.
Yeah.
I really agree.
At the moment, I think the government have a lot to think about, so what we could do is cut down on it and stop using so much and reuse it and rethink about what you can do with it. And I think if we did that and all played a small part, it can lead to something really good.
I think that in Germany and France, they're trying to put in machines, like if you put plastic inside, it gives you some money back. I think we should start doing that in England.
Yeah.
So is that a deposit return scheme?
I think so.
Yeah, like so you put your bottles in and then you get the money back.
Yeah.
That would incentivise people, wouldn't it? To kind of.
And there's also someone out there called Mr. Beast. He's
A YouTuber.
he cleared a whole beach.
Wow.
And
of
raised
plastic.
like £70 million
Yeah.
Wow.
for cleaning seas.
I think that he's already started something as well, because he's had a really big push on us to do that thing.
We need the big names and shops. They need to start reusing stuff, because I feel like most of the plastic comes from shops, and people nowadays have got it in their mind that it's okay to litter and throw plastic.
Yeah, it's like they've been uneducated because it's like they don't have the right mindset for it. So we actually need to show them what's right, and then obviously, like I've said before, they will see that and they will think, oh yes, I'd like to do that because it's actually helping me and other people.
It's amazing. That's so true. Do you go to the shops, and which shop do you shop at? And
Aldi.
Okay. And do you see there's lots of plastic around? What do you want to see?
In like the fruit and veg aisle, they started to put stuff in like a cardboard container.
That's good.
Instead of plastic.
Yeah.
And also at this school we have a litter picker, so some people will volunteer every day to go around litter picking and putting it into a bin bag, and then they'll obviously like put it into the right places.
As a school, we are very good with plastic.
Yeah.
You're like the leaders of the future, I'd say. Have you met do you like the MP? She just came and saw us. What would you like to say to her about plastic?
I want to say that she's not doing enough to helping the situation.
Because she showed that she says she cares, which is really, really good. But I guess we need to see knocking on the door of Boris Johnson next. Is that what you'd like to see? Yeah. Do you know anything about her?
Well, she obviously has spoke to us before about it, and she's been saying, oh yes, this and that, and I'm trying to help. But I think that we need to have a push on her as well, because she obviously goes to speak to the government and stuff like that, because she's the MP, and obviously she's doing things like that, but she needs to take more on board, so she can start making a bigger plan to sort this out. It's having a huge impact on them as well, because it's like a huge blanket around the earth, and it's
like there's like climate change and
Yeah.
global. How do you feel as like young people, like you're the future? Do you want them to do more?
I feel like it's a bit sad because us as kids have to kind of like tell older people which are supposed to look after us to stop littering, and if it takes lots of children to tell people like it's not good, then there's obviously a problem. Like there's kids around the world who are in different environments because of what we're doing, like giving them plastic, and then it just building up to becoming a wasteland. And I think it's
Climate change, it's making the country hotter.
if with you guys we can spread the word, pass it on to other schools, and hopefully once word has gotten round, a difference will start to happen.
Do you think that Boris Johnson needs to do
Yeah.
more?
I think
Is he doing enough?
I think that
No, he's not doing enough. I don't
It's
think he's
obvious.
going to.
every minute, I think the size of a football pitch in the rainforest is getting cut down.
I feel like Boris Johnson, he could do a lot more, and I feel like Boris Johnson, he's concentrating on less bad stuff, and I feel like the longer he just leaves it, the more it'll get worse. And I feel like as a child who's probably the next generation, I don't want this environment for my future children and my family. I feel like it's not talked about enough. Like it's not. There's so much more that the government can do. It shouldn't be in our hands, really.
Yeah, with that, like the situations between like Russia and Ukraine and about COVID, should be focusing on that mostly and not like recycling and things like that.
Absolutely, because there's so much happening in the world, and climate change is going to make things worse as well as that. But you guys are doing an amazing job, and it's like really inspiring to see you guys speaking like this, because it can feel very scary and very overwhelming. But action is what's important. So you're doing the absolute best thing you can do by chatting to your MP and asking the government to tell supermarkets to reduce the amount of plastic that they make. So you're doing amazingly well, and it can feel a bit scary, but it's going to be okay.
And there's kids like you in every school all across the country, so like, it gives me a lot of hope that the next generation care so much. You're so intelligent and passionate about the environment, and I think, yeah, together we will make the changes.
I guess you could say we've had enough words, but now we need to see the action, as you were saying before about your local MP.
It's not too late. It's not too late. We can still fix the
We can